How's it going out there, YouTuber? Cyberneticshark here with another new video haul video for you. A new one in a very long time. So let's get right into this video haul and see what I ended up getting. So welcome, YouTubers and all subsequent social media lands. Welcome to this all-new video haul. So in this video haul is a special edition video haul because this is actually a video haul, kind of unboxing as well. And this is for a really awesome contest I actually won. So on Twitter, Mill Creek Entertainment was having an awesome contest where 5 lucky people would win an awesome Mill Creek box that would contain several films, and that's what you basically would win for entering the contest. Well, guess what, people? I ended up winning. Oh yeah! So I ended up getting this Mill Creek box yesterday, and Mill Creek is an awesome, provider for films. They've actually released quite a few great films, put them into the awesome, retro VHS case looks. They've done some pretty good restorations on certain things. They do a lot of the newer, complete compilations of a TV series and stuff. Like they did Third Rock from the Sun. They did 30 Rock just recently. They've done incredible Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So many cool things, and this is a huge shout out to them. This is an awesome box, and this is awesome that I won. I usually never win anything, so I was very psyched. But Mill Creek is such an awesome service. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out at their website. They're really awesome, and they make really good stuff. They put out the awesome retro cover case of When a Stranger Calls and stuff like that, so definitely check them out. They're really cool. But basically what I wanted to show you is exactly what I actually ended up getting. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what actually is inside. So of course we need you-know-who. Mr. Trusty Knife. And let's open this bad boy up. Alright, so let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Alright, so our first film is a DVD, along with a digital, actually, and is a film called Gracie's Choice. Interesting. So this is the first one that I'm looking at from the box here. It comes with a digital, which is surprising, which is really cool. Looks like we got Kristen Bell in this, Shadrach Anderson, Diane Ladd, and Anne Heche, based on a courageous true story. Let's see here. So basically, it's about this young girl that basically ends up taking care of her younger siblings, becomes the adult in the family because her mother can't, and her grandmother really is no help. Directed by Peter Weiner. Sounds kind of interesting. Definitely interesting to check out. Look at that hairdo on Kristen Bell there. Is kind of interesting looking. Definitely a dated type of film. I don't know when this came out. Doesn't seem. Oh, 2004. Wow, so this is 16 years old, which is kind of interesting. So that'll be interesting to definitely check out. Not too shabby. The next film that it ended up coming in it is a film called What the Night Can Do. No digital with this one. Really don't recognize any of the people in this except for Jo Beth Williams. Never heard of Stuart Margolin. I might have seen him before, but I don't know. Mercedes Mason, Max Martini, Peyton Kennedy. Interesting. The cover's kind of interesting there. It looks like a drama type of deal. And it says on the back here, it says, Luana is a 12-year-old girl struggling to grasp the world collapsing around her. As her parents separate and her estranged grandfather falls ill, lost confused, one unlikely person will help her find her way. So that sounds interesting. That most definitely came out in 2016, it looks like. Directed by Christopher Martini. I wonder if he's related to Max Martini. But yeah, nobody looks familiar in this film. Usually I'm not a big drama fan, but definitely we'll give this a whirl just to see what's about. I like some drama, but a lot of them are just too boo-hoo for me. I like happy-go-lucky stuff. Drama usually tends to just annoy me because it's like, okay, you could do this to fix this, you could do this to fix that. Sometimes they just get annoying, but definitely gonna give that a whirl to check it out. This little girl seems like an interesting little actress. Alright, so what's our next one? Let's see here. So this one's actually a Blu-ray, and it comes with a digital, and it's Ultraman or the Movie. Interesting. I didn't realize they had made a live-action film uh, of this, or similar to this. A New Generation of Heroes. When did this come out? Let's see. 2019 it says it came out. Wow. Interesting. So I don't know much about Ultraman. I used to watch the TV show when I was a kid. But really didn't pay attention to much about it. I haven't really watched it as I grew into an adult, unfortunately. But this looks pretty badass. It looks pretty interesting. The look of it looks really cool. But basically, it says that a mystery item is delivered to paranormal investigators (SSP). SSP members Naomi, Jeddah, Shin determined that it is a transformation device. The X Divisor that housed Ultraman X, both during and after his merging with Exeo agent Dachi Ozoro, Jai Karina, the human form of Ultraman, or returns from his wanderings to search for X, unaware that this is just the first sign of a new threat to the Earth. The villainous space witch Murno, obsessed with beauty and collection, has allied Ultraman's orb's archenemy Jugless Juggler to use the Dark Ring she now possesses. The Dark Ring draws the most evil hearts in the universe and amplifies the owner's abilities, giving Marnu the power to capture the three Ultra Warriors, Ultraman X, Ultraman Ginga, and Ultraman Victory, and transform them into jewels for her collection. Juggless aids her for reasons of his own, while the evil troops of aliens of the Planetary Invasion Coalition lurk sinisterly. Ooh, that sounds really cool. This should be really interesting to check out, especially in high definition. It comes with a digital, which is really awesome. Now, that's one thing about the Mill Creek is that their digitals are through a service called Movie Spree. If you're not familiar with Movie Spree, definitely check them out at moviespree.com. They're kind of like a streaming service like, Vudu or Movies Anywhere and stuff like that. They're kind of a new and upcoming one, but they actually carry a lot of the digitals for films that you're not going to think of that are going to be on digital. So I actually ended up picking up from Mill Creek a Hulk Hogan film that came with a free digital of Movie Spree, and that's how I got my Movie Spree account. And it's actually a pretty good service. It was really interesting, and they have a lot of great classic films you can't find on Blu-ray now, or they're just coming out on Blu-ray and stuff like that. So definitely check out moviespree.com, people. It's worth it, especially if you end up getting any Mill Creeks with digitals. You'll want to add it to your collection. But this definitely looks cool. This is a really great one that they've added. That's really awesome. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. The next film up is a Joe Camp film and a sequel to Benji's movie, the first Benji film. I don't know which number one this one is, but this is its first time, I believe, on Blu-ray. But it's basically called Benji Off the Leash. Interesting. Came with a slipcover, which is really awesome. Comes with Blu-ray, DVD, and digital, which is really awesome. Really nicely looking and done. I love it. I have the first Benji that I got from Mill Creek for a really good deal. Came with a digital as well. But this is really interesting. It looks definitely different. Comes with special features, audio commentary with the director, producer, composer, editor, behind the scenes featurette, and trailers. This came out in 2004. So I'm not too familiar with this Benji. The Benjis I remember was back in the late 70s, early 80s Benji films. I believe the first one came out, late 70s. Could have been early 80s. But I definitely remember watching those as a little kid. A lot of those ones. But I never heard of this one. So this one should be interesting. It's called A Breath of Fresh Air by the New York Times by David Kerr. This one says, Benji is back in this charming story that's told from the Pooch's point of view, tracking his early days as a pup to his current life in show business. Directed by Joe Camp, the three unlikely souls come face to face with a moment in their lives when they must stand and be counted. For Sheldon, it's difficult because he doesn't appear to be the brightest guy in the world, although he might be the funniest. For Colby, it's even more difficult because he's only 14 years old and up against enormous odds. For Benji, it's almost impossible because, after all, he's just a dog lost and alone with nothing but a belligerent bird and a bungling stray mutt to help. A band of unlikely comrades brought together by least likely of the bunch for common courageous purpose. Things will change, lives will be saved because Benji is off the leash. So this should be interesting to check out, especially because it's a newer one. I really haven't seen many of the newer ones. All the ones I saw, like I said, when I was a kid. So this will be interesting to check out. Definitely looking forward to that. And especially because Joe Camp actually directed this, that's really awesome. That's a really good find, too. I'm glad they sent that one, too, as well. Next up is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of 2 films, and I guess it's Wesley Snipes, uh, basically, kind of, inspired this collection. And there's 2 movies with Wesley Snipes, and actually one of them is a great film. The other one I haven't seen. This is a really cool pack, and it contains The Fan and The Contractor. Like I said, I've never heard of The Contractor, which I believe is one of Wesley Snipes' like later films, like in the early to mid 2000s, I believe. I'm not too sure. Let's see here. 2007, yeah. So this one I probably saw like the DVD case of it, but never ended up checking it out. The Fan is such a great film. Robert De Niro plays such a great villain. I've been wanting that on Blu-ray for a while, and that's awesome that they sent that. I love The Fan. It's such a great film. So well directed too, by Tony Scott. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Tony Scott. He was such a great director. Too bad he took his own life. And this Contractor film says retired marksman James Dial lives a secluded life on the ranch in Montana. Haunted by his failure to exterminate one of the world's most notorious terrorists, he is approached by his old employers to finish a job in London, where the terrorist leader has been captured, but everything goes terribly wrong, and when double-crossed, his only hope is 12-year-old girl who knows the truth behind his betrayal. So that should be interesting. That sounds pretty interesting. Definitely, Wesley Snipes worth. And of course, The Fan, basically, if you don't know what it is basically, it's about, Wesley Snipes is a famous baseball player, and basically he's being, basically has a crazy fanatic who's played by Robert De Niro that's, like, basically this huge fan, but is, like, kind of, like, stalking him and threatening him and stuff like that and crazy stuff. And the craziness unfolds. It's a really great film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, people. It's worth a watch. But that's a great combo pack from Mill Creek. That's a really nicely done. Looking forward to checking out The Contractor. Looking forward to watching The Fan again. And that's a great addition. All right. What is up next, people? Let's see here. All right. Blu-ray and digital HDs. 2 Terry Pratchett films. Never heard of these before. They look like fantasy, kind of Lord of the Rings type of deal, kind of Harry Potter-ish and stuff like that. Both 2 films. One's called The Color of Magic. It's a double header. Color of Magic, and then The Hogfather. Interesting. Now these look like they must have been miniseries because both of them are over 3 hours long. So definitely, though that's a really long film. If these are just regular films. But definitely sounds like they're kind of like along the lines of 10th Kingdom, kind of, premortal time type of deal. Let's see, these came out in 2008 and 2006. Looks like Andy Serkis, Tim Curry's in it. We got David Jason in it. Looks like Sean Astin is in one of them. Definitely an interesting cast. It's from best-selling author Terry Pratchett, which I've never heard of this book series, if it is a book series. But definitely looks interesting. I love fantasy films. They're usually fun. I like fantasy, miniseries too as well. This one actually looks, it's going to be interesting to check out most definitely. Definitely an interesting one to put into the pack. Not something I would, normally think would be in one of these kind of, free contest things, but most definitely interesting to check out, especially because they're 2 miniseries and they're on Blu-ray, so that's really awesome. And they come with the digital HDs. Alright, what else we got here? Alright, it looks like we got 2 more in here, so this is awesome. Alright, so the next one up is a double feature as well, called 90s Comedy Double Feature, and stars 2 great films, one with John Lovitz, one with Damian Wayans. I absolutely love both of these guys. And this is a great duo. I think this is great, especially because I didn't have one of these on Blu-ray yet. So I'm very happy to see this. Mo Money and High School High, which is a really funny, farce comedy. If you haven't seen High School High, definitely check it out. It's such a funny film. It's basically making fun of all those high school drama films in the 90s. Like Mastermind, not Masterminds, Dangerous Minds and stuff like that. It's along the lines of Scary Movie and stuff like that. Mo Money's is a great film from the 90s. 1992 to be exact. That is just a really awesome film. Basically, Damian Wayans plays kind of like a con artist kind of character that basically has a job go wrong, and he has to figure out what happened and stuff like that. High School High, like I said, is just that really funny farce type of film. This is a great collection, definitely a great double feature. Beautifully brought to you by TriStar and Columbia Pictures. And, of course, released by Mill Creek, of course. But this is an awesome one, too. This is a really awesome collection for me. I'm really happy with this one because this is a great collection. All right, so we come to our last one now, finally, in the box. You can see here, no more in there, just one more to go. And this one is one of those VHS retro cases, and this is a great film. Actually, unfortunately, I already have this version of it, but still, this is great that I got this, a second one of it, which is really awesome in case, another one goes, the other one goes or something. But this is such a great film. Came out in 1995, 96, and is a great Schwarzenegger film. And it's just really awesome, really action-packed, and just, along the lines of all his, action films he did around that time frame. And that, of course, is a film called Last Action Hero. Oh, yeah, so you got this great VHS retro case here, as you can see. Really nice, really awesome looking. You got great things on each side of the, it looks like the front of a VHS tape when they came out and stuff like that, which is really awesome. This is just a really fun film. Basically, a kid gets sucked into a movie and is stuck in the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, has to try to figure out how to get out. And this just had a great cast, too, as well. I mean, you had F. Murray Abraham in it, Art Carney, Charles Dance. You had Tom Noonan, Frank McRae, Robert Prowse, Anthony Quinn, Mercedes Ruehl, introducing Austin O'Brien, who plays the main kid there, who you might have seen like in the Babysitters Club and stuff like that. This is just a really awesome film, action-packed, lots of great action and stuff like that. This is actually directed by John McIntyre that did Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 3. So, I mean, this is that level type of film, and such a great film if you haven't seen it. I actually didn't get to see this until probably it had already been out for like 10 years. I probably might have seen it when I was a teenager, when this first came out, but I don't think, I don't believe I saw it in the theaters. If I did, I saw it on VHS, but barely remembered it, and then most vividly remember it seeing it as an adult. But yeah, this is a great film. If you haven't seen it, this is another great one that they added to that awesome winning pack. Definitely, if I hadn't had it already, this would have been an awesome addition to my collection. But yeah, this is a great film. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a whirl, people. It's worth the watch. So that's it for that Mill Creek unboxing winning awesome contest pack. I really throw a huge shout out to Mill Creek. What a great pack. Thank you very much for selecting me and giving me that awesome package. Huge shout out to them. Mill Creek is awesome. Check out millcreek.com, people, if you're interested in buying any of their movies while we're on this quarantine and stuff like that. They're really awesome, really great features, and just a really awesome. Huge shout out to Mill Creek. I can't wait to see more of their stuff come out. But that is it for this awesome video haul special edition unboxing, people. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, what are you waiting for? A grand invitation? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the awesome videos I put up. As always, people, keep your eyes out for any older new videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, check the awesome Horror Packers, a great subscription service that comes right to your door every month without having to leave the house, of great horror films. And you can either get DVD or Blu-ray versions if you like. And a great discount code is located in the link down below. So definitely check it out, people, so you can get an awesome discount. And as always, people, catch you in the next one.